Should I grab it?
It's working, right?
Yeah. Fuck. All right.
I think I stopped it and then double stopped it.
Okay.
That's what I think would happen.
Okay.
All right.
It's all right. I'll figure it out.
We're back. I did a show at a donut shop that sold beer.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
That's a bad combination.
It is. No, so this is what I was...
A thick fucking stout.
That's like all they had.
And a jelly-filled donut.
Listen to this. So this is how that place works. So you'd go there, you'd go up to the counter, and you'd tap your card like you're paying, and then they gave you like a Dave & Buster's card, like their own card, and then you would go over and pour your own beer, and they charge you by the ounce. So you could like pick your beer. It was just on the wall. And it like, I hate shit that it's like, oh, that sounds cute. And then you're just like, yeah, I'm just like an employee at this fucking...
Yeah, I'm doing like all the work. And they had the tip.
Yeah, and they had...
And so many people are like, oh, this is so much fun.
That's what... Yeah, they're like, oh, what a shtick.
It's interactive.
Like, this shit sucks. I don't know. But they also only had one regular beer. The rest of the beers were like stouts or like 8% IPA. I'm like, I'm not trying to be fucked up. Like, I just want to enjoy my time here.
I'd be like, are there places to lie down?
yeah, beer and donut. One of the comics on the show came over to me and he was like, this is a place Homer Simpson would love. That's the only person that would like that. You know, beer and donuts. What a fucking insane combo.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah.
Well, when I did an open mic in Austin, there was a Planned Parenthood next door to the open mic.
Really?
So I said,
did they have any deals?
Well, I was like, that's like having a Blockbuster video.
Yeah.
Like, we don't even have the equipment. Yeah. To do this anymore.
That's so funny. Wait, did anybody get an abortion after the show or anything?
No, there's hardly any women at all. No one's.
Okay.
I will say that's about
Austin. Sign of a good scene.
Isn't that the truth? There's like 3 women.
Well, I will say it's like there are funny women, but if your whole scene's women, that's a bad sign.
It's like, you know, in an aquarium where it's like all like little fish or whatever, and there's just like 2 like freaky ass fish that just take your eye. You're like, what the hell is
the beta
shark?
fish? Fighting fucking fish. Yeah,
you're like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, that's the thing that ladies don't realize is like they're always like, we need more women on show. It's like, no, you want to be the only woman on a show. Yeah, it's the same thing as being like the only white guy in a show. You go in there, you go, I got some people are gonna remember me.
Yeah, you ever heard of Eminem?
Yeah, I am fucking white. My dick is small. My jokes do suck.
Yeah, dude. When I did the open mic, I saw so many things that I do just as a just a way to get something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you see it a lot. Like at the end of your shift, or say my TED talk.
Oh,
when you bomb.
Yeah,
I remember the first time I thought of that.
I've said that too, and I remember saying it and being like, I'm saying this because I heard somebody else say it, and I know it'll get me out of this jam.
Yeah, and also I'm going to kill myself after the set.
That's big.
So I was like, these are all things that
But at the same time, if you're bombing, I think those lines are fine because you're already accepting that like it's going bad. I'm not gonna win you over with the line that I say about how I'm bombing. So you're just trying to not. And
also, it's not a big deal if you bomb at all. Like no one cares.
Yeah.
Everyone's got the same mindset that like.
Yeah, they're like you're trying.
You just do open mics every day.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I think that's the thing about like a big like why we have to move is we put so much. Like value on each show or mic we do because that's it for the night. But they're like, you do 3 open mics. If you bomb the first one, you're like, oh, that one sucked, and you just go to the next one.
It's like, but it was crazy because to me, I flew out there just to experience some of it.
Right.
Well, yeah, but
as a city or as a scene? Are you saying
as a scene?
Yeah.
And a city.
Yeah.
And I tried the barbecue.
Ooh. Where'd you go?
This place called Cooper's, which the problem is the barbecue is so famous now.
You can't just go to the cool ones.
Nick Mullen said that when he lived in Austin, he said that the best barbecue was like sold out of like a rusty pickup truck.
Yeah, that's what I do hear.
It's
that.
like,
yeah, well,
I'd probably have to drive a few miles out of the city.
It's the same.
To go to the best.
You know
place.
what it's like? It's like comedy. Like everyone loves fucking Fluffy and Joe Coy, but if you ask us who to watch, it's like some guy nobody knows.
Yeah, because like when it comes to the local cuisine, you got to watch the places that are in the like financial district where all the hotels are at, because those are just, you know, it's the real authentic.
They're getting the lunch rush.
Yeah. The real authentic spots for the most part are like you got to like drive a few miles out, but like I didn't have a car, so I don't want to take a $20 Uber.
Yeah.
To go like,
and if I remember,
barbecue.
Ubers were expensive as fuck down there, right?
Yeah. So which brings me back to before we fuck this up.
Sorry.
I heard so many comedians talking about the homeless. So like I was like shadow boxing in my fucking hotel room, being like, I swear to God, if anyone wants to, if any crackhead wants to fuck with me, I swear. But they don't really talk. They like nod.
What they do a lot of when I was there was shit and piss in the street. Yeah. That's the thing that sucks.
Yeah,
it's
but
like, I'm not scared of them.
If you see a homeless person shitting in the street and you yell at them, whatever they do to you is on you.
Yeah,
because like, what are you doing?
Yeah, like if you get into an altercation, because it's the same.
Hey, buddy, why don't you put your big ass dick away before I put it away for you?
It's like, what are you saying? Because it's the same.
That's bad fun. You're taking a piss and like someone's trying to put your penis back in your pants.
That happened to me. I just wrote this in my notebook because it was a memory I had that I'm like, oh, that's pretty funny. Did I ever tell you about this? I went through like a week-long phase when I was like 8 where I kept sleepwalking and peeing on shit. And I went into my dad's room 2 nights in a row. And the second night, he was like, what are you doing? I was like, what? And he grabbed me by the penis and pulled me to the bathroom. He literally pinched it up. And then as soon as he let go, I kept peeing. Like it was like literally a hose.
He pinched it.
He pinched it, yeah. And then I would wake up the next day and be like, I had the craziest dream. And they were like, no, that happened. You were doing that. Fuck.
Fuck,
I did it again.
That's so funny. Yeah,
I was peeing on my dad's books. That's why he was like,
my financial records.
He's like, the scriptures over there. What are you doing? Yeah, it's the Lord's word.
He's like, oh great, my son's already a sinner at 8 years old.
He probably thought I was drunk. He's like, he's 8 years old. He's fucked up.
He got into the brandy. My parents never kept out like hard liquor at the house.
Same. My mom would always have white wine, but that was it. My dad doesn't drink. Since I would
steal it for like, and this is like the summertime. My family would have like parties sometimes, and there'd be like a little bit of Franzia.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. I remember like as a kid,
which that's really easy to steal. And if you're only gonna have like 4 ounces,
dude, and like the rosé Franzia when you're a little kid, it just looks like the best grape juice ever. It's like, oh, is that cranberry apple? Holy fuck!
And then I remember one time we drank a bag of Franzia and I threw up all over my friend's couch.
Dude, I threw up from Franzia too in a movie theater. I think we've talked about this before.
Yeah. And your friend was
had the pouch. We took the pouch out of the box and had it in our hoodie. And we were just chugging it the whole time. And I was we talked about this. I threw up into the popcorn.
I'm sure the pimple-faced fucking projectionist was just watching, being like,
just like
fucking mouth breathers. I bet they all have girlfriends.
I was just gonna say that. I bet they all have girls that have sex with them. God damn it. And we did. We all had sex.
It's better than spraying the bowling shoes. It was the job I had before this one.
Yeah.
Spraying bowling shoes, then you go to movie theater.
Yeah. Do you think that spray is just fucking water?
Yeah,
it's just mist. Definitely. They're like, we have to.
I'm sure the bottle's empty. I'm sure there's one guy who filled it who got fired for being a creep.
Yeah.
For like spying, like being a peeping tom,
smelling the shoes. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I went back when I was working at the bowling alley. I went back there one time there's like the shoe room. I don't even know why. It's dropped to bring someone like that. Someone ordered food or whatever from the staff. And it was like a fucking hut in the Vietnam War, bro. It was like a dark, dingy
in the back. You're saying,
in the bowling alley. There was a room where they stole all the shoes.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And I was like, it was like dark and humid and there's just like a fucking 7. Yeah, dude.
Lady with a wart.
Yeah. I was like, all right, here's your hummus.
Yeah.
Thank you. But I was like, oh my god, I can't believe people come here.
That's so funny because there was a bowling alley like right down the street from my house as a kid, and I remember always thinking, I still kind of think this, that there, it's kind of like I like romanticize. I'm like, that'd be nice to just, you're just sitting at that alley, you spray a couple of shoes, and I was always like, what's back there, dude? What's behind? And it's like just a pile of shoes.
Yeah, it goes beyond incel. It's something else.
Yeah, just shoes they've stolen from customers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, go back to Austin, though.
Yeah, so eventually I was like, I'm not Uber anymore. I'm just fucking walking.
Right.
The weather's nice.
So you stayed downtown.
Yeah, so it wasn't downtown, it was university area.
Oh, okay.
So it was like, there was like a stretch of highway, you know, like the exits, like the 390, the 490 exits. It was right there. So, but there was a crosswalk.
Okay.
So I didn't have to like...
So how many blocks away were you from 6th Street? Like 10?
Yeah, significant. It was probably like
Too far
a 20.
walk.
It was a 20-minute walk from my hotel, so it's not terrible.
Walk, yeah.
And listen, after a few drinks,
nothing better, dude, than walking through a real city when you're hammered and you're just like, rob me, dude.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck, dude. Which it never got to that point. It was more actually the worst part was I went by myself,
right?
So I was just like, what do I do?
Yeah, I know that.
But I was only there for 3 nights, so it was like, but definitely by Friday, like the last night I hung out with everybody. Thursday night, I was leaving the next day. I was like, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, that's how I've...
Because it's still a small city. There's only so much you can do.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing is, like, it's very populated.
I'd have to go see more of Texas, which I wasn't really too interested.
Well, that's the other thing about Austin is, like, the surrounding, like, 20 minutes north and south, it's like it's what I used to think Austin was, which is, like, streams and fucking hiking and all that shit. But the city of Austin itself, when I went, I was like, oh, it's a normal dumpy city. Like it's
just the old.
It reminded me of a college town.
Yeah,
like, this is a college,
like Ithaca.
Yeah, there's one street where there's music playing at every live music at every.
What I really liked is kind of like the deserty theme kind of stuff.
That is.
It was like the east side of Austin was my favorite place.
That's the only part I didn't go to when I was there.
I liked that part a lot, and it was cool because all the I couldn't even explain it to you. You'd have to go check it out. But the vibe was cool.
I've heard that the east side of Austin, I think that's where
controversial opinion, but I was really thinking about it, and in a weird, ironic way, Texas is kind of like Canada.
Oh yeah, you texted me this, and I was trying to agree with you so hard. I read it like 3 times, and I was like, you gotta explain this to me.
It's like the opposite, right?
Yeah, I get.
But it's like a giant patch of earth, and I went to the history museum.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, because I had nothing to do.
Was anything about the sniper?
Did you know
DC
sniper?
No. It was like one of the first mass shooting. You know that big tower at the college? A guy got up there and was just sniping people in like the 60s.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That was in Austin, Texas?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It was at University of Texas. In that bell tower. He was up there just fucking... He was like a vet that lost his mind and just started sniping college kids, I guess.
No, fuck no, they didn't put that in the history museum. There were a bunch of little kids.
In my head, I'm like, what history do they have?
That's hilarious to have, this is like a government-sanctioned, you know, like how a lot of museums are like, we're going to build a museum for, tourism.
Right.
So, that's so funny to have, just all the conspiracy theories and all the crazy... Well, I'll tell you something.
It's just like there's this giant bell tower in the middle of the city. You'd think they'd mention
there was a wing in the museum dedicated to just one super rich guy.
What did he do?
He was like an oil guy.
They wouldn't say. They're like, we're not going to tell you how he got rich. Well, trust me.
There was texts around. There was a lot to take in at once.
Yeah,
but
that's how museums always are. I'm like, it was so cool, and they're like, what about it? I'm like, I don't remember a goddamn thing.
But I was thinking man, did he donate? Because it was all dedicated to him, and I was like, did he dedicate a bunch of money to?
For sure.
But no, there's no way he gave them any fucking money, dude.
Well, how old? How long ago was he a rich guy?
All the footage of him was when he was in politics.
So
it was all 60s. Black and white, so probably 60s.
Okay. Yeah, he probably did give money to the...
No, guys like that don't give money, don't donate money.
They do if it means they're building a museum about that.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
They're like, yeah, hell yeah, you can start... They have...
Yeah.
Imagine if they have so much money. Like,
yeah.
You're like, yeah, start a fucking... Make sure there's a wing about me, but yeah, you can start...
But like, it'd be like if Tim Horton had a wing in the History Museum.
Oh, yeah, I see. Well, he probably does in fucking Canada.
Yeah.
Probably some,
yeah. Like the Hockey Hall of Fame or whatever.
Why don't you build a... They build sections of hospitals in the museum. They're like, you're gonna save some children's lives? Put my fucking name on it.
But that's why I'm saying it was kind of like Canada because the art museum and the history museum were across the street from each other and they had the same layout. Where it was like they're like as for tourism, we're going to build 2 museums for people to fuck around in.
That's so funny.
That's you see a lot of that in Canada.
That's true, and that's so funny that Austin would have that because their whole thing is like we're the wacky creative. But they're like just build the same fucking thing twice.
Yeah,
you'd think they'd be like.
Oh, but how much time do we have? Oh,
we got a couple minutes.
Well, I went to the fucking the art museum. Also, I smoked weed. I was like just sitting in my hotel. I was like, yeah. Well, like
it's illegal there. Did you know that?
Yeah, that's why I was kind of freaking out. That's why I was kind of freaking out because I smoked weed like in the courtyard.
Right.
And then like this dude gave me like kind of like a weird look, but then he held the door for me.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So, but then
I mean, everyone there seems like a stoner. Like when I think of Austin, I think of you should just tell him you know Joe Rogan. Be like, I know Joe Rogan.
Yeah,
I got this from him.
And then, but then I went in the art museum and like. They're like you have to like put your bag in a locker. I didn't even think about it, but I had like my like stuff in there, so like, I just put it in the locker room.
Your dank ass weed.
Yeah, and then
wait, did you buy it in Texas?
It was not that dank, but by the way, it was not very good.
but did you buy it there?
Well, dude, I was hammered on 6th Street, and I just saw like out the green like medical cross.
Yeah. I'm sick as hell, dude.
I was like, just give me some stuff. He's like, well, you can have these pre-rolls. I was like, I don't buy pre-rolls. I'll roll my own. Just give me. So like, I was arguing about it. I was like, no, just give me the bag of weed. I'll roll the joints myself. He's like, so there's more weed in the joint. You're like,
yeah. He's like, you're doing a bad thing. Like what you're doing, you're wasting money, and you don't have a grinder.
Yeah, yeah. So in my head, I was like, all right, fuck it, dude. Just sell me this.
I'd get it.
So
the problem with pre-rolls, it's too much weed.
Yeah,
because then you think you have
they'll be like these giant, ridiculous-looking things,
and you think you have a cigarette, and then you're like, oh, I have to finish this, and then you're like, oh, bud.
Yeah. So I'm in the art museum, and I'm starting to freak out because now I'm wondering, like, I think that one of the staff members was like, oh, I can smell it, and then like I heard another guy.
While you were high?
Yeah. While I was walking around looking at the art, and the other guy was like, yeah. Where it's like, he shouldn't have done this, but we're not going to
let it slide.
Yeah, and then there was like a field trip of kids, and they were all in the locker room, and my bag with my weed. Because like, if you're a cisgender white man, if you're by yourself in public, I swear to God, people are like, what is...
pedophile.
We have a bad reputation.
Yes.
Like when white guys are alone in public, everyone's like, what is he?
Especially any facial hair. Although your facial hair is very Texas right now.
I always feel like I look like a pervert when I have a goatee.
No.
I feel there's something kind of perverted about goatees.
I think any facial hair, somebody can make it into a pedophile thing. Like, oh, a mustache. But in Texas, I feel, dude, you toss on a cowboy hat.
Yeah. Shooting stomach pains. Like holding in farts.
Oh, you gotta let it rip, dude. Did you fly first class?
No. You don't know me at all.
No, first class. I would be mad at you if you were like, yeah, I got upgraded. I'd be like, don't do that.
I think first class is a ripoff.
Oh,
it's not worth it.
It's literally like 3 times. If I was flying to like Japan, I might.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe first class for like a 12-hour flight, maybe.
Yeah, like I would save up for the.
But let's face it, you're on a fucking plane. It sucks. You have to sit straight up,
right? And
like this the whole time.
The only thing that's nice about first class for that type of flight is that there's legroom. I guess
on the flight home, this dude was pretty much sitting on my lap, which.
Do you remember that episode of Louie? where he's on the plane and the guy sits down. It's this big fat guy, and he literally covers half of Louis' body. And then Louis goes, "Can I get some water?" And they give him a thimble.
Yeah, dude. They gave me the whole can of Coke, but I was gonna be like, I swear to God, if you just pour it in that little glass and just let a Coke.
Sometimes they do that. They pour half of it.
Please. I want you to see you pour the rest of that Coke in someone's glass.
Yeah.
Because if you're just going to let it go flat and you're just going to throw it the fuck out anyway.
I'm sure they use it for the net. You know what I do? If they pour half, I go, I have C4 on my fucking chat.
That's the other thing. So, because, like, I've seen so many videos of people freaking out at the airport and, like, ruining flights and stuff. Yeah. That's what I was most paranoid about.
About you being that person?
No, about it happening, like, on my flight.
That's nice. Well, I'm not in your position, but I would think that's the nice thing about knowing jiu-jitsu is, you know, like, I know how to, like, restrain somebody. I would just be like, either, first of all, I would not want to be involved, but if I had to be involved,
if you're getting involved,
all I would do is try to tackle him.
If you're getting involved, you're also getting kicked off the plane.
That's true. Unless you're the hero.
Yeah.
You ever see watching too much TV lately?
Oh, it's all right. I watched, speaking of watching TV, on the flight home, the fucking DirecTV was like, I don't even know what was going on with it, but the Wi-Fi was terrible. I had nothing to do, and all the lights were off, so I couldn't read. Dude. I brought a couple books, so I just ended up watching Forrest Gump twice.
Oh, dude, there's way worse movies to watch.
It was twice. For a movie that I was forced to watch back to back. I was like,
Forrest to watch. Sorry.
See, that's why we're gonna be millionaires one day.
Stuff like that. Dude.
Yeah. But
I'm very sleepy. I don't know if I told you that. I slept like shit last night.
Oh, yeah.
You're carrying this thing, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's all right. Fuck, what was I even...
Oh, you said for a movie you had to watch. Yeah, for a movie
I had to watch twice in a row. And also, there was such a delay.
Did you cry?
Yeah,
Forrest Gump.
Yeah, dude, when he went to the graveyard,
dude, you always hear people say, like, when you're flying, it makes you more emotional. And I remember being like, that's got to be bullshit. And then I watched. Do you know who Kurt Warner is? He was an old quarterback for the St. Louis Rams, and his story, it's like he was like not recruited out of high school. He went to like a shit college. Then he worked at a grocery store and got called into the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
And became a Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, I remember that guy.
And it's one of the worst movies I've ever seen, but I cried my eyes out. Because you're just up there. You're so vulnerable. You're just like, yeah, dude, life's great.
Yeah, just eating your pretzels. Yeah. Just like, he's a hero.
Yeah, like I remember eating pretzels because you have 4. There's literally 4 pretzels, so you got to savor each one.
Yeah, dude. I didn't bring any snacks, so I was so fucking hungry. I needed those pretzels.
Yeah, dude, that is something like pursuing comedy. I think about, you forget that, like, if we are headlining comedians someday or feature comedians someday,
be living at the airport.
You got to go to the airport, and I like the airport. I don't mind the airport. It's just being in a seat and having a freak out moment where you're like, I can't be here anymore, and you're just like, oh, I have 4 hours to go.
Yeah, dude,
that's the worst feeling.
And I'm trying so hard not to. You
just start sweating, but you're cold, and you're like, what the fuck?
I'd shift my body and just go, and I'd just be like, what the fuck is going on,
bro? Did I ever tell you about the time I was flying from Rochester when I lived in Phoenix? I was flying from Rochester back to Phoenix. It was like I think the flight was like 8 p.m. So I was leaving here at 8 p.m. and arriving in Phoenix at like 2 in the morning or whatever. And I had to work in the morning. So Jesus. I'm like miserable. And everything that I had died. Like I had like a layover and my phone died and I didn't have it. Like I had nothing. So all I had was a book about my job.
Oh my God. You had to do work?
And in my head I go, you know what? I'm bad at my job.
This is my opportunity.
This is God being like, study up, dude. You have nothing else to do. So I sit down. I'm on the aisle seat. Nobody is sitting on the other 2 seats, and I just start reading this, and like we were like getting ready to close the door, and then one fucking chubby girl gets on, and she was sitting in the middle seat, and she sat there. She didn't sit in the window seat. And she sat next to me, and she was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe him!" And just started talking to me. And it's late. It's like late.
Oh yeah, and you just wanted to be like, "But shut the fuck up."
Yeah, and I just was like, "Oh yeah," and she was like, "Is that really what you're gonna do? You're gonna read?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, like all my stuff that blah blah." And then I like couldn't have been colder to her. And then I was like, "Well, it was nice meeting you." And I went back to read my book, and she was like, "Oh, are you going to be one of those people that doesn't talk the whole time?"
Why are they always like that? Why are annoying people always like, "Oh, you want me to be annoying?"
Crazy. And it's crazy how often it happens, because you're like, that seems like something from a movie.
So you're self-aware, but you don't want to change it all.
Yes.
Oh, here we go again. How many people do we know that are like that, or that one guy specifically? Well. Oh, you don't want me to talk to you right now? Am I annoying to you?
Yes. Yeah, it's like they think they're going to save the situation by addressing it.
They're always at weddings.
Yeah.
They're always at fucking weddings, dude.
Yes, they are.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Well, you know why they're always at weddings?
Are you eating your prime rib right now? Oh, so you got the prime rib and not the chicken? Oh, so you turned away from
big
me?
Bite.
Yeah.
Taking a big bite.
You really cleaned your plate. Yeah. Did you save room for cake later? Shut the fuck up.
Can I tell you why they're always at weddings?
Why?
Because most people that are getting married, people that are getting married in their 20s. Yeah. No offense to the 4 of you that are probably married, but a lot of them are fucking losers. So they think that guy's the life of the party.
Yeah,
they're like, "Oh, this guy, he's got stories," and you're like, "No, this guy fucking sucks."
Yeah, dude.
And so that they're always invited, and then they get kicked out of the wedding because they get fucked up. And they're like,
"You're always getting hammered,
bro. You can't have gray hair getting kicked out of a wedding."
Yeah, insane. No. I mean, there's plenty. Every wedding I've gone to, I've wanted to get kicked out.
Oh yeah. And there's been weddings I probably should have been kicked out.
Rain check, everybody. It starts raining. Yeah. So, but I don't even get invited to them anymore, which is I'm happy about that.
That's a great thing.
Which is also like, do people think I'm?
Well, this started happening to me. I stopped getting invited to bachelor parties because people just know I'm poor.
Oh,
so they're like, "Oh, he's not gonna. We don't want to hurt his feelings." And it does hurt my feelings, but I also can't be mad because I'm like, they're right. I would have said no.
You don't want to get like a hotel in like another city.
Yeah, they're going to Cancun and shit. Yeah. I'm like, bro, I can't even get.
Also, I'm not going to waste my vacation on someone else's shit.
Thank you. Yeah, and it's like I don't want to go to Cancun's. Probably
if I'm going to drop like $2,000, I'm going to do stuff that I want to do.
Yeah, I'm not going to be like, and then you have to like buy him drinks because it's his bachelor party. And shit. Yeah, fuck that. But anyways, back to the flight. So
So I'm just waiting for someone to be like talk about Trump and shit.
That motherfucker's not real.
Yeah. I'm just like, so I'm in my seat just being like, I hope nobody. So yeah, the first flight was fine. The second one was good. So made it to the hotel relatively unscathed. But I'll be honest, as soon as I made it in the hotel, I was like, the first time I ever like flown by myself.
Oh really?
Yeah. Well, I've only flown twice.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Dude, isn't it like I remember I flew for the first time when I like lived in Phoenix, like pretty late in life too. I was like 30. And I just remember being like,
here we go.
This is what it's like. I get to decide if I go to Hudson News.
And I was like,
I'll get peanuts if I want them.
You just feel like in the movie Terminal.
Yeah, yes, dude. I just watched that. Did I tell you that? That I just watched that?
You did?
I literally watched that a week ago.
Why is Tom Hanks the theme of the episode? Bro, that's crazy.
Oh, that's right. Dude, that movie is so funny because it's Tom Hanks playing a guy from like Iran.
Yeah.
Like, this would not fly now, but at the same time, he nails it. Oh yeah, that's good. Fly.
He never left the airport.
Yeah,
this would not fly. Sorry,
he did not fly.
Yeah.
Well, he flew for a minute, but I thought it was a good movie.
Yeah.
That's a true fucking story.
Oh really?
Yeah, you didn't know that? A guy got like in limbo where like they couldn't send him back to his country, but they couldn't let him into America, so he lived there for he died at the airport.
That's
he lived
crazy.
there for 18 years.
18?
Yes. It's a real story. I did a deep dive on it. It's fucking crazy. And he like got to know like he would just, and it like there's a picture of like his little setup, and it's like a homeless encampment in the airport basically.
But it's better than his war-torn country.
Yeah, I guess. But I forget why he was coming to America. I think he was like
to meet a 13-year-old.
I mean, his life definitely sucked. No matter how you put it.
It's
like the beautiful city of... Or no, but it happened... In the movie, it's New York City. In real life, he flew to Paris and got stuck in Paris at the airport.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
but also... they couldn't let him leave the airport. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
But after 18 years...
That's what I'm saying. After 10, if he hasn't stabbed somebody, just fucking let him go.
Let him out.
He hasn't robbed Burger King.
Also, airports are pretty big. He couldn't find one door.
Yeah.
So they're like, every step along the way, they're like,
you've seen the movie. Have you seen the movie? Because in the movie, they try to like let him escape because they're like, well, if he escapes, we can arrest him and then send him to jail, and then that's actually better for him because then he can like go to court. Like he won't be stuck at the airport, and he just won't do it. He's like, I follow the laws. I'm not doing it.
I'm not getting arrested.
Yeah, it's a sweetheart of a movie. So
I wish I could have caught that one on my flight.
Yeah,
but it was cool. So yeah, but as soon as I got to the hotel, I was like, fuck, why did I do this? I want to go home. This was a mistake. Why the fuck am I out here?
Yeah. Bro, I had the same. I slept on a air mattress the first night that I was alone in Phoenix. Like, my friend Josh drove with me. And then when he left, I was just like, oh, I fucked up so bad. Yeah. It's so hot outside. Yeah. And I'm scared to leave the apartment.
Yeah.
But anyway.
It was 90 degrees on Thursday.
90 degrees in Austin is so much worse than 110 in Phoenix, too.
Yeah.
That, I know it's cliche, but like dry heat, if you're in the shade, it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's only when you're just like...
The humidity.
Yeah, the humidity fucks you up.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So that was... I was sitting in my hotel being like, why the fuck did I...
So right when you got there, you put your bags on. Did you take a nap or anything, or did you get right out the door?
Well, I saw if Pornhub was actually illegal.
Oh, you did. You sent me that screenshot. That's so funny.
I was like, oh damn, and then
they're for real.
And so I was like, all right, I gotta find something to do. So, like, this is when I was still afraid to like leave the hotel because I thought it was gonna be like a zombie movie,
right?
So, but I ended up taking an Uber but our friend, he works the door at the Vulcan Gas Company.
Oh, right,
so he let me in the show for free. But
oh, nice.
But I had like an hour to kill before that show started. So I went to this bar next door and I met this bartender and like I was like,
guy or girl? No answer is good after I said
I met a bartender as in I made a transaction at a bar and I talked to him.
Yeah.
But then we smoked a blunt outside. It was funny.
You take cash?
He fucking so we talked for a little bit, but then it came out that he moved here to do comedy too, and then I was like, oh wait a second, what? So everyone's here to do comedy. Wow.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think genuinely that whole. Well, but that is what's good there though is like if you start getting booked on show. This is me living in Rochester watching from afar, but it seems like if you get booked there, like the crowds are new every night and they are comedy, like genuine comedy. Like in New York City, they get tourists, but it's not comedy fans necessarily. It's just like, oh, this is famous, let's go here. But I feel like in Austin, they're like, this is the comedy town. Yeah. Which is cool.
So I was like, I found out he did stand-up. So we talked about stand-up a little bit. And then, yeah, we smoked weed outside. And then the wind knocked down the little foldable sign that they have outside of bars. So I picked it up and brought it back inside for him. It's like totally his job.
Like, do you want to get paid to be here?
That's my. I was like maybe maybe I put this sign away for him.
That would have been so funny if you just didn't come back.
Yeah,
like, Sean, the podcast shit's upstairs. Can you ship it to me?
To be honest with you, I wanted to come back.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. Like we've talked about moving, but any city that we'd move to, like when I went to New York City, I wanted to leave too. Like you're just like. New York City, the thing about that I hate about New York City is if you leave if you leave your apartment, you end up exhausted. Like it's the most exhausting. You're hiking.
Yeah,
it's
walking, and everything is you have to pay money for everything.
Yeah, you just like I remember going to New York City and then checking my bank account and being like, I was with my girlfriend, thank God, and I was like, oh, I don't have. We were on a train, and I was like, I don't have any. My money's gone.
Like New York City. probably more, but like most cities, if you want to stop somewhere, you got to spend out at least $15.
Bro, I spent $200 at a comedy club to watch a show and eat a pizza.
Yeah.
I spent $200 because I ordered a pizza, and that was like, I think it was genuinely like $40.
And they don't put the prices on the menus anymore on purpose.
And then I got like 2 drinks, and each drink was $20, and then she got drinks and an appetizer. So it was with the ticket and food and drinks, it was $200, and I go, oh, I had $200. That was all I had.
Oh, it's like, yeah, dude, and the fucking negative, the shame and guilt of spending all your money when you're on a trip. It feels so, you're like, you just get this dirty feeling.
Yeah, that's what we were texting about this, but like, I will not go on a vacation until I'm like a rich guy, so I might never go on a vacation again.
And like the only reason I wanted to do this trip was because I might want to live there. Yeah. So I was like I'm not gonna go to a fucking resort in Florida. That's stupid.
But what I will say about not being like, oh, I want to stay here forever, that's kind of how you should feel about where you live, because if you go there and you love it too much, it's because it's a vacation spot. You know what I mean? Like, you go somewhere and it's like you go to Hawaii and you're like, oh, I don't want to leave. And it's like, yeah, but you're not going to, like, if you live in Hawaii, you're going to fucking hate it. It's too,
dude, $7 for a gallon of milk.
Yeah, dude. It's too touristy. You want to be in a place that you kind of want to leave.
Yeah.
like Rochester, if you're visiting here, you wouldn't be like, oh, I'd like to stay a little long. You're like, no, you want to leave, but it's
it's like I was like, I want to go home, and then as soon as I got home, it started raining. It was 40 degrees and raining. I was like, oh well, yeah, this is about right.
Yeah.
How much more time do we got?
We have 1 minute.
Yeah. All right, let me start. Tell me.
Yeah, when I went to Austin, this was like 3 years ago, and I wasn't even considering moving there when I went. But I just had heard all this good. I remember my boss being like, "You're gonna Austin, it's just like what they describe it. It's amazing." And then I went there and I was like, "Yeah, this is just a city.
Fine. Yeah,
it's a college town." That's what I remember leaving and being like, "This reminds me." Like, I went to Brockport for college. I was like, "This reminds me of like a wild night in Brockport." Like, it's like there's one street that's crazy, and then the rest is just like
nothing going on.
Strip malls and shit. Yeah. It's not like, but I don't know. I think there's good food. Well, there's opportunity.
Now there's just people just turn their bars into comedy clubs.
Yes.
Which is just folding chairs.
Yeah.
Which if you think about it, the markup is relatively inexpensive. You just need a microphone.
Yeah.
You just need a PA.
And comics are used to not getting paid shit.
Yeah.
So you don't have to really pay the comics.
You just need folding chairs.
Yeah. And then you have to say you have to drink if you come in here.
Yeah.
And then two drink minimum.
Oh, yeah. So.
And you're good.
Yeah.
And, dude, I like the idea of Austin just because it's like you were saying East Austin, and I've heard that area is like where all the they're opening like little comedy clubs they're not going to have headliners, but it's like local people doing comedy.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm not funny today, but
it's all right.
It's interesting to think about.
It's all right. It is sorry to roast you, but like for someone who's like, I'm not funny, you are interrupting quite a bit.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, because I'm trying. That sounded mean. That's to be funny.
No, you're totally right. But can I tell you why? Because in my head, I'm like, I got nothing. I was like, say something, dude. I'm just interrupting. I'm doing the worst possible thing. I'm like, you have something to say? And I go, well, wait, what about this? It's just a boring ass thing to say. Fuck,
no, it's okay. No,
wait, morning workout here?
At the MMA gym.
Oh, today you went?
Yeah, they have morning workouts. So I'd already felt like shit from flying.
Yeah.
And the stress of almost missing my flight.
Wait, can I tell you? No, I got nothing. I'm sorry. Go on. I'm so sorry.
The stress of almost missing my flight, and so I was like, "Oh, okay. You know what? I'll go to the Saturday morning workout and probably sweat some of this funk out," which it worked.
It does.
But my fucking coach found out I do stand up because I fucking promoted fucking show on my social media. Which I'm pretty sure I've already unfollowed like everyone who goes to the MMA gym because I don't want the two to mix.
Right. But it is
for this exact reason.
This is why I love
but
you.
It's like, post on the Instagram, share it on your story. It's like, but then people are gonna see it that I don't want to fucking know about it,
bro. And
also, you asked me to do the show. Why are you gonna be like, do the show? You gotta get people to come. You gotta get people to come.
Yeah.
What the fuck,
dude? I couldn't agree more because people always want you to promote, and like especially when I started, because like a lot of people came to the contest or whatever. They're like, promote the show, and I'm like, you don't understand that if there's nothing to gain from them coming to the show, I don't want any of my friends.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want anybody to see me do.
Yeah.
I want it to be complete strangers every fucking time.
I know. And because if in case it goes bad, I can just get out relatively
But
unscathed.
this is why we get along, because there's people that we know that don't have that, where they're like, they start a new job and they start handing out flyers like, perfect opportunity for more people. I'm like, you're a psycho, dude.
Yeah.
You want people that you see every day to watch you go on stage and be like, I fingered my girlfriend, whatever. You know, like, that's fucking nuts.
Yeah, just like mediocre, lukewarm, open mic level jokes.
Well, this is the other thing. You go, all right, so say I promote the shit out of it. My entire staff of coworkers comes to my show. Nobody else does. And then we just all bomb in front of the people that I have to see every day. Like, that happened to me once where, like, I had friends that had never seen me, and they finally came to a show, and they were, like, there was, like, 3 of them, and then, like, 2 other people at the entire show. So we all bombed, and then I have to just be like, yeah, I'm pursuing my dream.
This is it.
This is what it is. They're like, oh, dude, stop.
Yeah.
Like, stop doing this.
Like, go back to school.
Yeah.
Learn to code.
Get a degree or kill yourself.
Yeah. It is. Yeah, that is a terrible feeling. Like anytime I've like asked my parents to see me do comedy, it's always been like that.
That's
where I'm like, sorry, they needed me to invite people. I didn't know who else to invite.
That's something we'll never bond over, because the fact that you invite your parents to dude, you'll invite your parents.
My mom loves Artie Lang. She's like, that's her favorite comedian.
My mom loves Ralphie May, but she doesn't want her son to be Ralphie May.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, she loves Ralphie May, but then she'll be like, you said that. But my dad literally, I was just telling somebody last night, like, I was telling Cindy Arena, because I was saying, like, my dad could never watch my stand-up, and she was like, but you're clean. She always thinks I'm clean. I'm like, but I'm really not.
Yeah.
It's like, John Mulaney has a joke like this, but I feel the same way. It's like, I come across clean, but if you listen to what I'm saying, it's not. I'm saying fucked up shit.
Yeah.
I just appear to be a clean cut. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she always, but I told her, I was like, my dad was mad. We saw Jerry Seinfeld live, and my dad was mad because he said "God damn it" once, and I'm like, imagine if he saw me. Dude.
Was it even his material to like drop something on? He dropped something on. Oh, God damn it, under his breath.
No, it was like It was just like he said like, and these people with their goddamn blah blah blah, and then my dad's just like, oh.
Like a jump scare in a horror movie.
Yeah, like, he couldn't believe it. And my dad used to love Sebastian Maniscalco, and then in one special, Sebastian said fuck twice, and my dad was like, I'm done with him. That's it. So imagine how surprised I am.
What universe is your father living in?
The Lord's, dude.
Dude, but how does he function in society?
It's great. Well, and the funny thing is, I know my dad's childhood friend. Like, he's still friends with him, and they've become like kind of like uncles to me, and they're all fucked up lunatics, and my dad's just like, oh yeah, that's I don't talk about that, and I'm like, and my dad likes Trump, and I'm like, so everyone else around you can say fucked up shit, but your son is I can't.
If he knew what Trump was doing behind the scenes, he'd be so disappointed.
I think he does know, though. But he
just sweeps it under the rug. Yeah, he's like, look, this is all I got.
A big thing in like Christianity is like protecting Israel. I don't know if you knew that. That's like a at church that they like talk about it a lot. Like, when there's presidential elections, if one of the candidates has like sworn to protect Israel, they're like, that's our guy. And
is that every Christian church?
Maybe not like Catholic, but like my dad's type of, like the type of Christian that holds their hands up, like they have like music, like they play guitar at church. Those type of churches, they're all about protecting Israel. Which is so funny because my entire life I thought it was in the Bible, and then I swear to God, like a year ago, I had kids and they just weren't watching them, and this kid kept running over my foot, and I was just looking around like, I'm gonna hit your kid.
Yeah, but then you look like the asshole.
I know, but I'm like, my foot keeps getting stepped on, and I don't know this little motherfucker. Like, get him out of here.
Annoying, yeah.
Yeah, and it has nothing to do with him being
Indian. You really just gotta play it off like you love kids all the time.
Yeah, well, that's what I was doing. I was like, yeah. But then, like, it happens like the third time, you're like, all right, dude.
I'm gonna fucking slap you.
It hurts now. Yeah. Like, my foot hurts because you're stepping on it.
Yeah, so, and then, but then I was like, I had to think strategically because I was like, I can't have any smoke with this dude because after this Diet Coke, I'm gonna have to use the potty.
Right, you're gonna have to ask him.
So I'm at the little airplane politics.
Yeah, but how mad did you end up
I asked to use the bathroom.
And what did he say?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Well, I think he kind of struggled with probably would struggle with speaking English, so he just like nodded. Yeah. More of nodding, acknowledging.
He said, "Very good, very good,
very good,
very good."
Please wipe your ass. Please wipe.
I was trying to think of something that starts with a V that I could say.
Yeah. No. But then I got to use the bathroom, and this lady's like, "What are you doing back here?" I'm like, "What are you doing? What are you and all these kids doing running around back?" I'm allowed to get up to use the bathroom,
bro. And you want to be like, I want to understand your perspective, but in what culture and what world is a kid running around while an adult's trying to go to the bathroom? Where is that cool? It's not cool in Russia. It's not cool in France. It's not cool. It's not cool anywhere.
Yeah,
this is not a cultural thing. This
happened.
Crazy.
This also happened when I went to the aquarium in Toronto. We were all on mushrooms, and there was just the same thing, just kids running over my feet, like in between my legs and shit. I remember I was moving an apartment complex when I was working as a mover, and there's literally a kid running under my legs. I had like an air conditioner in my hands, and he's like weaving through my legs up and down the stairs. Bro, I was like, what the fuck is going on?
If the family's rich, a lot of times they'll do this. They'll go, "Isn't it so cute how he does it?" And you go, "No." Like, drop the thing on them. I think that's...
Yeah, when I did youth sports, all the adult coaches would beat me.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's the other thing is I'm also projecting because when I was a kid, I was so shy and scared of adults that when I don't understand their perspective. I'm like, I don't get being this confident as a kid.
Yeah.
Where you're just like grabbing strangers and running around.
No, I was like, oh, I was constantly like screamed at.
Yeah. I was
berated.
Terrified. Dude, I couldn't order.
How much more time do we have? Oh, see how it feels.
Time. We got 4.
See how it feels.
What I was gonna say. No.
Did they open Bay and Goodman? Did they reopen it?
Yes. Yeah.
Fuck. When is that?
Is that good?
I heard it was good.
I was just wondering what it is. It's a pizza place?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I wonder when it closes.
The logo looks familiar. So
yeah.
I assume
no, it used to be the Wildflower Restaurant.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's attached to the new
soccer bar, which I don't know their hours.
I know the owner. The one kid that owned it. Yeah. He's you know that joke I have about how a kid I went to college with had a job interview at the place I used to work.
Oh, yeah.
And they asked if he knew me.
Wait, he went from working to Sherwin-Williams to...
No. This wasn't Sherwin. This was like marketing. My first job out of college.
Oh, okay.
I got fired, and he applied and asked me about it, and I was like, I don't know, man. I don't think they liked me. And then he went to the job interview, and then he messaged me and was like, bro, they asked if I knew you. That was part of the interview.
Oh, because you all went to the same high school?
Because we went to the same college, and we were Facebook friends. The lady that ran that place was a psycho. She would, like, search people's social media and
Jesus Christ. Just sell steaks?
Yeah, and
that's crazy.
She commented on his Twitter. Like, he said something on Twitter that had nothing to do with the bit, like, just like he was like tweeting a joke, and she commented and was like, this isn't very funny for somebody looking for a job, like, said some shit. Like, she was a psycho. Yeah. So I'm glad,
she should have been fired for that.
Yeah, that's crazy. But I think you're allowed to do that, I guess, if you're like a hiring manager. But yeah that guy owns that bar.
Yeah. See, you could have turned that into a comedy club if you did the time.
I know.
Reverse the timelines.
If I was Italian and had I think if you're Italian, you just get a stipend.
Yeah.
In my mind,
you get to open a small business.
Yeah. So you just go to the city and they go, oh
yeah.
Mozzarella.
Yeah, we gotta make buffalo mozzarella here. Sure.
Are you gonna make chicken cutlets?
Chicken cutlets.
All right.
Yo, crazy how dude. Except I worked at that kind of nice restaurant in Greece. The favorite item on the menu was just the fried chicken.
Yeah, well, that's what's
just a chicken cutlet.
You call it a chicken cutlet, and it's because I have friends that I have a bunch of like very Italian friends, and they'd always talk about chicken cutlets in college, and I didn't even know what that meant.
Fried chicken,
and you go, oh, like a piece of fried chicken, a flat piece of fried chicken.
No, but you pound it flat.
Yeah, with no like just a piece of chicken.
Yeah, we served it with fucking.
It is good.
Yeah.
In their defense, I love a chicken cutlet, but you gotta, it's like chicken parm is great.
Yeah.
Just a chicken cutlet, you gotta put something on it.
Yeah, you need some bread for foundation. Come on now,
for God's sakes.
Which tried the barbecue in Austin, and it was this place I went to. I kind of wish I had someone who knew where to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I was like, this might be like an unauthentic one. I really, truly have no idea.
Did you try the mac and cheese by any chance?
Yeah.
Was it good?
It's very good.
See, to me, as long as you have good mac and cheese...
the sides are good,
yeah.
It's a sign that like, it's...
Yeah, because to me, that seems like the harder thing. It's like...
It reminds me of like the hot bar at like Wegmans or like a Publix,
Yeah.
Because like...
But how many ways can you make barbecue? It's like you smoke it. What the fuck else
they act like it's really hard. It's really... So here's the deal. I was like... I sat at the bar, and apparently the bar and the food are completely different things. That like it's kind of like grocery store style where you have to like get in a line.
Okay.
And then like a guy with tattoos is like, you want the brisket or the prime ribs, and so I was actually kind of like, this was Thursday night, my last night going out, and I was already like, I'd already spent so much fucking money, and I was just like so tired, and I was like just waiting for like people I knew to like hang out.
Right.
So I was just like,
thank God we know people there.
Yeah.
Imagine if you just went like to LA or somewhere you didn't know anybody, and then you immediately are like, oh, I fucked up so bad.
Yeah. So well, it's like I just hear about how good the comedy is there, or whatever. Yeah. So it's like, right. Okay, so yeah, so I was wandering around places where the open mic was, and I just stumbled upon this place, but like there was like, so I had a beer, and I was like, should I order barbecue here? I mean, I got to do it at least once,
right?
So I got the brisket, but it was that thing like, yeah, you're going to spend $30 because they had the list of all the meats, but it didn't say like, it just said like brisket $31.
There's no size.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, but then he put it in this like construction paper, and it said like
what color was the construction?
It was I don't even remember.
Purple construction.
Yeah, something like that. But it had like one of those deli stickers on it.
Oh yeah.
And it said the $26. So I was like, oh, it's by the pound. $31 a pound.
Oh, okay.
So it's
I hate shit like that.
Yeah.
You expect me to just know your fucking system?
Yeah. So it's like, let's say I order like the fucking brisket and a couple drumsticks. How much is that going to be? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why can't there be a menu?
And may I say
with
this? Bones weigh things.
Yeah.
And you're not eating that.
Yeah.
So you should subtract the bone from the fucking... If you're getting ribs, it should be...
Yeah.
Subtract 50% for the fucking bone.
Yeah.
Why are you paying... You're not eating the marrow.
Wait. You think I'm just going to gnaw on this thing?
Yeah.
Like it's anything to write home about?
Can you tell I've been watching a lot of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're not paying for the bone. Subtract it for the bone.
Subtract the bone. Pull the bone out.
What are you guys?
But the guy was nice. He was the tip. He was asking people where they're from. Like, oh, where are you from?
Yeah.
He was a nice guy, and the funny thing was, he's like, "Do you want it moist?" I was like, "Oh," I kind of felt bad for. I was like,
"Yeah, juicy, baby."
Because like it's like, oh,
moist,
you got to eat the meat. Come for the meat.
Yeah,
you got to eat the meat.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I'm mainly interested in mac and cheese. To be honest.
I was like, I really would have liked to just order it off a paper menu at the bar.
Yeah.
And have it brought out to me. Especially for the price.
That is one nice thing about like
Which
AI.
is like, I know how it's authentic to be like, maybe like Italian delis or whatever, like places like that, or it's like, what do you want? It wasn't that high intensity.
It wasn't New York City.
Yeah,
intensity.
it was like, come on, let's go. Give me your order.
Right.
It was more like, there's a lot of people here. Just tell me what you want. I'm like, I want the barbecue, man.
Right. What? Yeah.
Can you just serve me what? Like this is
and. I feel like, what is there besides, I guess, ribs?
Prime rib.
To me, it's brisket.
Chicken. They had chicken. Well, you can smoke anything.
Yeah. No, I know.
We smoke salmon at work.
Of course, but I'm saying, like, if you're going there for barbecue.
What reminds me of the most common thing is brisket, chicken sausages.
Chicken sauce?
No, chicken and sausages.
Oh, okay.
Which you
like
could probably
drumsticks? Are we talking chicken?
No, they had half chicken.
Oh, okay.
And like drumsticks. So
gotcha.
And but I was like, I'm not trying to get so full that I have to go back to bed because I'm literally just so I can just keep walking, keep drinking. Yeah. And
yeah, that's my problem with fucking barbecue.
And they gave me a ton of construction paper. I swear to God, I was like, what is all this construction? They gave me like 3 sheets of construction. Like,
every time you
they wrapped the brisket in like this thick ass construction paper, and they gave me like 3 sheets of construction paper.
Like, and I was like, if you want to draw,
yeah. I was like with my greasy fingers.
Well, every time you say construction paper, I'm imagining it like the last time I dealt with construction paper was like 3rd grade, and none of them were anything but like red, blue.
Yeah, well, it was like a whatever kind of paper.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah,
but construction paper to me is.
I was like, is this for me to wipe my hands off? Because they have napkins at the bar.
Well, there's probably so much grease.
And that was crazy that I was even worried about how much the barbecue was going to cost because I got 2 bottled beers. It was $15. Which
see, that's the thing. You know when people.
So I should have balled out and got a bunch of fucking food and just been farting all day.
Yeah, fuck the beers.
Yeah.
Well, and like, you know what's. Doesn't it suck when you eat so much food that you can't get drunk? Have you ever had that where you like eat so much and then you're like, I can't drink enough to get drunk because I ate so much fucking food.
And that was the other problem I had where I was like, I really had nothing to do.
Yeah.
So like I would just go to like, I was trying to get shitty. Like I was trying to get fucked up, but I mean maybe towards the end of the night I was, but like it was so hard to get drunk.
How late would you stay out? Would you say?
The first day I smoked weed with the bartender, so that like
you went home.
Yeah, quick. I was like,
I remember you texted me like I'm going home.
Yeah. And
but like the open mic night when you went there,
we ended up at midnight we shut it down. Okay. Everyone went to sleep.
But here's my thing about these motherfuckers that we know in Austin. If I have the job that I have right now, I have to be there at 8:00. I can't stay out till midnight, dude.
Yeah.
I'm sleeping 6 hours.
Yeah.
I gotta kill myself.
Yeah, on a Tuesday. Yeah. So.
Sorry.
And then, I swear to God, they just have different theme bars where there's just comedy clubs now.
That's so
like cool. There's a skateboarding bar that they turned into a comedy club.
That's so cool. When I went there, it was all like
because in Rochester, they're like, "Can we do comedy here?" Absolutely not.
No, yeah.
Tell you and all your open mic friends to never come in.
Yes,
here.
Yeah, they're mad.
Yeah,
they're mad.
They're like, why would you try to ruin the vibe?
Yeah, that's why we got to get out of. Well, because I always say that to like people that get mad about our scene. I'm like, yeah, our city doesn't like comedy. It's not like a town.
So it was so weird to see a city pretty much catering to the scene. It was literally like a safe place for like
the
like people like us,
homeless comedians.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you what Andrew Schultz said. He said, in most major cities, they have a sports team. Austin, no sports team. Comedy is their sports team.
Oh, wow.
That's what he said.
That's good. Yeah.
I said that.
That's very true. Like Michael Scott.
Yeah, but that is. I think it is true. It's like they have that's their thing.
Yeah.
They have country music, obviously. But,
yeah.
But I feel like when I went, it was like basically open mic country music, or you went to like a huge venue.
Yeah.
Comedy is like you can see we have to practice more, I think, than country music. Country music, you can practice in your room and then go do a theater.
You kind of have to do it.
You have to like mics. Bounce around. Yeah.
Yeah, but my biggest problem was like I'd go to a place, get one beer, one shot, $20, $30. It's like, oh my god.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is like when they talk about the cost of living, like, oh, Austin's really expensive. If you look at the apartments, it's not. But everything you buy is because they know all these people are moving here. Yeah, and they're just upping the prices.
The one comedy club that I went to, which is pretty much Firehouse Saloon, that they kind of renovated into a nicer place.
Yeah. That's Roscoe's or whatever?
Yeah, $5 beers.
Okay.
It's not bad.
And don't they have a lot of places that are like BYOB? That would be sick. I'd walk to an open mic with a 6-pack.
Yeah, that sounds insane to me.
It's crazy, but I'm down for it.
So, all right, let's close it out. What am I grateful for? I'm grateful to be back home. I guess not really. To be honest, like
no, you are. You're grateful. I could feel it. You're happy to be back.
It sucks that I'm not happy anywhere.
I know.
I decided that, like,
bro, that's
why I'm like I'm gonna have the same problems that I have now. It's just gonna be blazing hot.
Yes, dude. That's the one thing I learned going to Phoenix, because I was like, I'm gonna get away from all my friends that are bad for me. Like I had some bad friends at the time, and then I went out there and I'm like, well, I'm still talking to them every day, and now I just don't have interaction. Yeah, so I'm going insane. I'm just a freak. Yeah, I'm literally going insane. Yeah. So maybe we get into therapy or something.
Something I need to improve on. Probably need to go to therapy. Yeah, but also, I don't have insurance. Or, like, even if I did have insurance, probably wouldn't cover it.
Bro, I have insurance. It's so hard to get therapy. Like, I haven't even tried, because I've talked to people that also have the same insurance as me, and they're like, oh, I've been on a wait. I'm like, oh, I'm not, like, I don't want to go to therapy.
It's one of those things where I was hoping to have my arm twisted into doing it.
Yes, exactly. Like, I'm like, they should make it so easy I have to do it.
At the bakery, the owner, she was trying to, like, set up an appointment for me, and I was trying to explain to her, I'm like, I can't.
Yeah.
You think it's as easy?
Yeah, you go plug in your bank info, and then I'll go.
Typical hot chick brain being like, well, I do it.
Yeah, how do hot chicks always have money?
It's like, it was easy for me to... It'll just be as easy for you to do it as it is me. I'm like, watch. Yeah. Try to set it up for me.
Yeah.
And like, she was like looking at my phone. She was just like...
Yeah, she's like, do you have ugly guy insurance? What the fuck?
Like, yeah, dude. I pay like...
They know.
I pay like $300 a month and I can't do anything.
Dude, that's the same thing with the dentist. We know my dentist, like, she's a friend.
Yeah.
And I go there, and it has bankrupted me. Dude. Yeah. It has fully bankrupted me.
It just took you for everything.
Yeah. Well, because I hadn't gone in forever, so she's like, oh, all of your teeth need to be, like, drilled. Yeah, and I'm like, so I owe you $1 million.
I know I have a cavity I gotta get filled. It sucks, dude.
Dude, every one of my molars had a cavity, and I've been to the dentist probably 10 times in the past year. I'm not done yet.
It's like we don't smoke. We just...
I brush my teeth twice a day.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, dude.
Yeah.
Your teeth just rot.
And also, I drink pre-workout all the time, which is like, that's just like evil Kool-Aid.
That's a good... You should write that down. That's a good one. It is evil Kool-Aid.
And something I look forward to, using that joke on stage, but... No open micer knows what pre-workout is.
Yeah, they're all fat fucking retards.
They don't know what pre-workout is.
That's true. Well, there'll be like 3 people.
Maybe Good News.
Oh, dude, yeah, Good News.
He's been in the gym.
Yeah,
that'd be bad.
I bet Good News has put dry powder into his mouth and then swigged the water.
You know what's so weird?
Good News, you watch.
You know what's so weird is I'll scoop it out into the cup and then I'll cough.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, wait, should I be putting this in my body?
You cough from the fumes of it. Yes, I've done the same thing.
Just so you can just be kind of just...
Yeah.
Like in the car, just like... Oh.
And your skin gets red, and you're like, what is in this that's
like I'm rubbing my eyes and they're fucking all...
Flush.
Yeah. My eyes are all red and splotchy.
Yeah, that's
oh my God. But after a bench press, it feels so good.
Oh, dude.
It's like... It's like...
There is nothing better than... having a panic attack from pre-workout
in the car,
then working off the panic attack, and then you feel relaxed, but your heart's pounding. That's a nice feeling.
Yeah. All right, Sean, what are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for I'm grateful. Oh, dude, I cut my own hair today.
Oh, it looks good.
It doesn't look bad, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I couldn't see the back of my head.
Oh, that looks pretty good.
Not bad.
Yeah. For a free cut.
This fucking haircut would cost $40. So I'm grateful for my ability to use YouTube. And you know what's funny? I cannot acquire skills unless they don't make me money. Anything that doesn't make me money, I can acquire that skill lickety split. And that's what I did today is I watched a YouTube video and so I'm grateful for my ability to adapt to rising prices because my haircut the guy I would go to, it was $30 and now it's $45. So plus tip, we're talking $55 for a fucking
you
haircut.
have to tip your barber.
Yeah, and he was the man. I loved him, but I'm like, I'm too embarrassed to tip less, so I just cut my own hair. But I am grateful for my ability to adapt in trying times.
That is good.
What I'm grateful for, I probably have brought him up a million times, but I am so grateful for Mike Peters. That motherfucker.
He loves you, bro.
I love him. I would, if his wife / girlfriend would allow it, I would titty fuck him. And if he allowed it, that dude. I've done a bunch of Don't Tell shows now. I did the one last night. The dude just knows how to run a show. Every other Don't Tell show I've done, I got paid $50. This one I got paid $100 because Mike Peters puts out tip jars, and then he counts the cash that he gets, puts it in his bank account, and divides it, and actually pays us that night. He paid me that night.
That's crazy.
He's the fucking man. Michael, I'm so grateful for you. And
That's awesome.
I also, I haven't been going to open mics much, but if I have a Mike Peters show, it's a 25-minute open. There's way more time. I get to try tons of new jokes. Real
professional.
Well, no, but he supports, and I never go up with, nothing. I wouldn't just go up there, is this anything? I try to, actually write a bit, but it's just very helpful for my comedy, good. And I love that fucking guy.
Yes.
What am I looking forward to? I'm looking forward to moving out of this city. Talking about going there, even though you were kind of sad to be there and wanted to leave.
No, it's because I went by myself. Right. But even if I brought someone, I'd probably be annoyed by that person.
Yes.
Because I'd be hot walking around. I'd be like...
Correct. But what's different than that is moving and have, if we both move there and we could go home separately, we wouldn't hate each other. Yeah. We'd go, all right, good.
Nice. To our good night. Dude, it's strange how many luxury condos are being built, but they're so out of the way. There's no grocery stores.
I know. Yeah,
it's just on a patch of land.
That was how I hate to keep bringing up Phoenix, but it reminds me of Phoenix because it was the same thing. And I would be in a bad area, and then it would be the Palms. And I'd be why is this here? This is crazy. Who is paying $1,300 a month to be
where there's next a shooting
to a bodega that has bullet holes in the fucking windows? But I guess that's what you got to do if you want.
What is there good to eat there in Phoenix? Probably the
same shit. Yeah, they don't have barbecue, but they just really good Mexican trucks. Yeah, Mexican food.
Yeah, there's 1,000 taco trucks.
And in Phoenix, they had really in Scottsdale. It's that's MILF town. So they have a lot of good fancy restaurants.
Oh yeah,
but
women love paying overpriced.
Yeah,
it's too high for stupid shit.
Bitch, you're buying spaghetti. Let's face it.
You can if you a couple tricks, and your spaghetti dinner will be just as good as anywhere.
That's why I learned how to cook because I would go to restaurants and it'd be $50 for a pasta. And I'm every one of these ingredients is not expensive.
If you mince and saute your own garlic and add it to any jar sauce,
people will go nuts. They're like, oh my God, what did you do?
Yeah.
Oh, you put fresh basil in a pasta?
Yeah, you cut herbs into it. That's really all it is.
It really is, yeah. And it's cheaper to do that. But yeah, that's I'm looking forward to getting the fuck out of this city. I'm so sick.
I know if you move there, you'll do fine there.
Yeah, I think the thing is I have to have a friend.
It almost seemed too easy to do comedy.
That's kind of how I felt when I went to LA. Yeah. I went to the Comedy Store and I was watching them and I was like, I could do that.
Yeah.
Not even me. I'm just like, me and my friends, they're not that good. New York, when I went to New York, I was like, I don't know how they do this. This is crazy. This seems impossible.
Yeah.
Which is another reason I don't want to move to New York, because I think I would just be like, I miss the sun.
It's high pressure.
Yeah.
It'll make you good, though. The East Coast cities, you'll be...
That's what makes you good. But I think Austin's the same way. Like,
I think I need to be miserable to be funny.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, the best jokes I've ever written are the saddest I've ever been. Yeah.
The saddest time in your life.
Yeah. But
also, sorry to talk about my trip, but it was so... I brought some beers down to the pool. I had someone open the pool for me. This was at 9 in the morning.
You went to the pool at the hotel?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
This was at 9 in the morning, and I brought some beers down with me. And it was so awesome to just, like, I peed in the pool. Like, I think it was, like,
from outside? From outside?
That's crazy. That's wild. Yeah, no, it's wild to, just let it go.
Yeah, oh, yeah. And it's just yellow as fuck.
Yeah,
you're so dehydrated.
Cloud, yeah. It's a cloud of fucking piss. That's hilarious.
It's just chalky piss.
Oh,
Your
my
piss
God.
comes out chalky. Have you ever had that where you're so dehydrated, you're like, it's in the water, and you're like, if I peed outside of the pool, would it have been dry when it came out?
Mine is more dry jizz.
Oh yeah,
or it's like, it's like a paste.
Yeah, you have like a stream of jizz
just like
in the. Yeah. You pee and then there's just a string hanging.
That sounds like gonorrhea.
Oh, dude, my dad had to get